right, now I want to move on to something else here. We're on open records request. I filed one today, just today, regarding a case that occurred, I believe it was last week, Wednesday morning. The police, using a no-knock warrant, entered the home of some people. They apparently waited for the parents to leave the home.
You should let the people know what a no-knock warrant is.
That means they don't have to knock or let you know who they are or what they're doing. I guess they have to holler police and as they're breaking down the door, and then they can come in and they can apprehend you and look through all your belongings at will. And they were doing that over on Kearney Avenue here in Racine, and I requested the search warrant that was issued. Copies of this stuff, the request submitted for that search warrant, the police incident report, and any body camera or other video or audio recordings of the incident. Now, this was requested today, December 7th, 2016. We're going to keep you posted on whether or not we get those records made available to us. Now, the gal that I turned the request into down at the police department was very accommodating. She was very nice, and I'm hoping that the police department considers this request very sincerely.
Can you explain a little bit about what happened?
Well, again, they were serving a no-knock warrant. They broke down the door after the parents left, and from what I was able to glean from the story in the Journal Times, and there was
some online stuff.
Online stuff, yeah. There was a young 14-year-old man in the home, a 5-year-old granddaughter of the owners of the home, and a 2-year-old English bulldog. Okay, so the police break down the door.
So why were they breaking in the first place?
Well,
what was the alleged claim?
What they were alleging is that a neighbor had reported hearing gunshots. From that house.
Oh, okay.
That's why I want to get the request submitted for the search warrant. What it was that they said to the judge that caused the judge to give them this no-knock warrant. Okay? So I don't want to go too far into what actually was going on there until we get the information. That's why I want the information, because this is volatile.
Yeah.
They broke in. They put the young man in custody. They chased this 2-year-old bulldog into the bedroom where she ran to hide under the bed and shot her 5 times.
Oh my God.
Killed this family pet, which was reportedly of no threat whatsoever to the police. So anyway, the purpose of requesting this information is because I want to know what is the reason for them having a no-knock warrant. Why did they have to have that? Why did they have to shoot that dog? I mean, if there's justification for it, fine, but I can't imagine what it was. I really cannot imagine what it was. I'm willing to withhold judgment until we find out what went on, but I would like also to talk to the people who were in that home, that young man, if possible, if his parents allow permission to talk to him. And this is, it's brutal and it's horrible. And it does not belong in our city, in our community. And this is the kind of thing that this program is all about. We want to expose this kind of stuff and get to the bottom of it and put an end to it if possible.
What would you say?
Even if it was a mistake, it has to end.
Yeah.
What would you say to opponents that will probably voice their opinion that these open meetings requests, all these open records requests, really take up a whole lot of the employee time, and it's a waste of taxpayers' money?
I'd like to answer that.
Please do.
The public policy of the state is that all persons, now this is Wisconsin statute, that all persons are entitled to the greatest possible information regarding the affairs of government and the official acts of these officers and employees who represent them. That's the foundation of our democracy. And I always say, it takes a little time, you have to redact, you have to do certain things. Racine is notorious for the shell game. We're going to move it around, we're going to change it up, we're going to BS you with legal mumbo jumbo. And democracy is messy, and that's really what we're doing here. You know, we're going to put the truth out there, and the retaliation, I'm sure, is going to be great. But it doesn't matter, because as long as you speak the truth and follow the law, it will in the end conquer.
Well, what I would say is public officials and public servants should not be engaging in behavior that raises the fears, the anxieties, and the anger of the citizenry. And when they do those things, they need to be held accountable and responsible. And if it's going to take a little bit of time to prove it, so be it.